In this video, I am going to show you how to create this awesome, great, and good looking fitness app. I am going to do it in a very special way. I am going to teach you the process and the decisions that the designer make when creating a user interface like this one. In case you are new here, I am Matthew Msengati, the designer and developer from South Africa. If you might want to know how developers take a Figma UI and create a working and a good looking app. I am also a developer and I've got another channel which is Coded Design, where I take this Figma screen and create the applications from them. Please consider checking it and subscribing. Enjoy. Okay, now let's get started. We are going to start by creating a frame. As you can see, we are going to choose iPhone 14. Okay, so the next step that we are going to do, we are going to change the background. If it can be darker a little bit so that our screen or our frame can be white, or it can pop up so that we can see everything. Then step number 2, this is something that newbies, they always overlook: the content. Please don't come up with the content from your own head. It's too much for a beginner to do. Okay, as a beginner, always try to get content from ChatGPT or even from Google. Okay, now, so that you can only have one job to do, and that job is to design. If you might come up with your own content, it's not going to be realistic and it's not going to be enough, sufficient, meaning that it will affect your design. In real world or in real life, designers don't come up with content. Okay, usually a client will come up with that content. That's why you can see here I'm saying don't design from your own head. Have a realistic content. This will show up in the final product, and that is always the case. As I was still trying to get around design, I used to come up with my own content, and I will get into the creative block where I don't know really what to do because my content is not realistic. Okay, so it doesn't help me, it doesn't like inspire me to continue and do more. So what we are doing now, we are going to use ChatGPT to generate content for us. If you don't have an account with ChatGPT, I will suggest that you try. This is the powerful AI that will help you with a lot of things. Now, let's talk about the prompt. Okay, I am going to create, or I am creating, a powerful and a strong and a specific prompt so that when ChatGPT answers me back, it can do exactly what I want. This is just a personal taste. When I'm using ChatGPT, I always treat it like a human being because this artificial intelligence understands the English language. So I am not treating it like, how can I say, an information machine. Instead, I treat it like a human. So I'm telling it, please generate a simple fitness app content, include information for splash screen and welcome screen. As you can see, guys, I am trying to be as specific as I can. Maybe I'm not sure about you, but for me, I never had a problem about generating ChatGPT prompts. Okay, as you can see, I don't treat these as prompts necessarily, but I treat ChatGPT as a normal conversation. Okay, hence I am trying to express myself, and also I'm trying to be as specific as I can so that ChatGPT can understand what I'm looking for, and it will give me exactly what I want. So now I'm telling it, please supply the tagline, the catchphrase, the list, categories, and everything. Okay, as you can see, the catchphrase, list, and categories, and everything. So now let's look at what ChatGPT is doing. As you can see, guys, ChatGPT is preparing everything for me, okay, including where to put something and how to put it. As you can see, guys, this information, it's well presented. Okay, now as a designer or as a newbie, you are going to focus only on design. Okay, if you are trying to generate the content from yourself and then do a lot of things, I would like to think you are overworking your brain. As a result, you might not come up with a best what can I say, with the best design, and you are going to blame yourself. Maybe you are not that creative, whereas that's not the case. Okay, you are creative, but it's such that sometimes you overwork yourself. So that's why I have created this video to help and guide you through all the mistakes that I was doing when I was studying, so that I can assist you in getting this done at least a better way. Okay, so now let's get to the other part of it. As I've told you that most beginners, they overwork their brain, as a result killing their creative juices. Okay, let's talk about colors. Colors are very important in design. Color is like an asset, okay, something that is valuable, because if you get it wrong, okay, it's very easy for you to come up with a very poor or an ugly design, just simply because you didn't get the colors right. Newbies or new guys in design, they always come up with their own colors. Okay, don't do that as a beginner. Find a way to get a color scheme from somewhere. Get inspired by a blue sea and create different shades of blue, green, or turquoise, or whatever color. Or you can even go online and use some websites to generate some colors. Okay, so in our case, we are going to use ChatGPT to come up with our own colors. Why is it important to rely on external sources? Obviously, somebody might ask, Matthew, can't I just design these things myself? Because I can. Relying from external sources will some sort of provide you with a realistic experience. Okay, because in most cases, or in real life, you don't come up with everything from yourself, even if you can, but it's being inspired by a client. Okay, so don't be too much obsessed with coming up with your own things, because you might struggle when the client has to tell you that these are the colors that I am going to supply you. As you can see, guys, ChatGPT gave us everything. Okay, primary colors, secondary colors, background colors, text color, accent. These are the things as a newbie you don't really know about. Okay, so by using ChatGPT, you even get a chance to learn about other things. Okay, maybe you didn't know how many colors must I have and what are those colors for. Now you get a chance to know that. As you can see, what I did, I've just copied those colors from ChatGPT and I am going to use them. So obviously at this point in time, we are not really sure. We are not like mega computers. We cannot tell what are those colors from just those hex code. Okay, even if it's sky blue, but we've got an idea, but we don't know exactly the actual color. So excuse me, so what we are going to do, I am going to get those colors and sample them so that we can see how they are. As I've told you that in most cases, you are going to get your colors from the client. Let me tell you something about clients. Okay, clients have let me say, they don't have a good taste when it comes to colors. Okay, this is something that as a designer you need to accept. Okay, they don't have a good taste from colors, simply because their own colors, they are not inspired by what can I say, design principle. Okay, you know the design principle, or at least you've got a better taste of how colors are supposed to blend together. But with them, they are inspired by their own stories, by nature sometimes, but by how they feel. So clients have a tendency of coming up with colors that don't blend together. Okay, as you will see in this tutorial, or as we are designing this application, ChatGPT has given me some colors which don't really like spark that creative juice, or that conflicts with what I have in mind. But most importantly, you do not have to change the colors of the client. Okay, so you need to be some sort of have a technique of dealing with the client. Let me just give you an example of what the new beginners do. The client will come with let's say with the green and yellow colors for you to design an app for them. New beginners, they will tell the client that these colors are ugly. Please, please, please don't do that. Okay, I think this is what comes with the package of being a professional. Okay, most people think that being a professional has got something to do with your skill set. That is not the case. Being professional has got something to do with how you conduct yourself. Okay, a professional will never tell the client that these colors are ugly. What a professional will do, they will work with what the client has given them, and they will find a way to some sort of improvise a little bit. Okay, if things are not working well, he will make some changes. Okay, obviously not major changes. Please don't forget that you don't make major changes on what the client wants, but you find a way to, what can I say, to revamp it. Okay, if it's blue, you don't change it at all, but you'll find a way to create a certain shade of blue, and then you are going to tell the client the minor changes that you have made and why. That is a professional. Okay, in case you can't use the colors at all, you create the first sample with his or her own colors, and then tell them that I've got another proposal. Make sure that it's you are humble enough about it. It must not feel like as if it must not shout in their face that their colors are ugly. Okay, so as I'm explaining here, okay, let's use our own taste to come up with a better version of the color scheme. Okay, so I'm happy that ChatGPT has given us this type of color scheme. As you can see, there's no harmony between the colors. Okay, let me give you a tip. Okay, when you are designing, if you are a newbie, okay, you create or you generate color scheme exactly like how ChatGPT did. Okay, you generate some sort of what can I say, different colors which are not in harmony. Okay, I mean that you've got a tendency of thinking that the more colors you have, the better. Okay, as you become a professional, you will realize that less is more, and that is true even with colors. Okay, the best colors, you must always choose the number of colors, always choose two colors at most. This will take you far. If you look at professional sites and what can I say, best designs, okay, they don't make use of a lot of colors. Okay, always for an identity, choose two. If for some reason you are limited, okay, three is the max. Okay, it's when you feel like, okay, you don't have a choice, and then three is the max. So a part of this video, or part of the intent of this video, is to show you, okay, how do you improvise from um colors which are coming from the client, which don't really inspire you, or they don't match. Okay, as I'm typing here, okay, clients will supply you with ugly colors and tell you that they mean something to them. Do not change. My apologies about that mistake of the spelling, but I will fix it. Do not change the colors. Okay, be creative with them. This is what comes with the package of becoming a professional. In this video, I want to show you the bits and pieces of becoming a professional, okay? Because obviously maybe you don't have the experience, okay? So now I need to show you. That's why this video doesn't jump straight into designing and get into it. Decisions are important. In this video, I want to invite you to my own intelligence and my own mind. What are the things that are going on when I'm designing, and why? Okay, I hope you will understand and get that. So these decisions are important because in real life, let's say when you are a freelancer or you are new into designing, you get into Photoshop or Figma and design what you want. That's not realistic. In real life, that doesn't happen. In real life, a client will come and they will tell you, this is what I want. Okay, as a professional, you need to make some decisions, and you need to some sort of communicate those decisions to the client. Okay, that's what makes you a professional. So Someone might design a logo which is simple, like the Nike logo or the Nike logo, okay, something that is very simple, okay, but the decisions that the person has taken, okay, given the brief, okay, given the brief, the client will listen to what you are saying and they might accept it, okay. Well, if you are designing for a low market, okay, you just design a screen, a UI, and you send it to your customer as a JPEG, and they won't even ask you why, what have you done. But when you get into a corporate design, just like designing for a company, okay, company that has got an identity, okay, your design doesn't matter much, but what matters the most is the decisions that you are taking, because it's the decisions that keeps your design fresh over time, okay. My apologies about that. It's not just the design, but it's the decisions that you are making, okay. So now what we are trying to do here, because we've got these colors, okay, obviously these colors, they don't really inspire us. I like that because it's realistic, okay. The customer or the client will give you colors that don't inspire you, okay. So now we need to run the colors, okay. We need to see what could be the best solution, okay, given these colors that don't go hand in hand, okay. So what we're going to now, what we're doing now, we're using a plugin, Pexels. Okay, Pexels is a website that supply beautiful images. Okay, I have been using ever since somebody told me about it, I have been using it. It gives you high resolution pictures. Okay, why high res pictures? Remember I said to you at first, number one, good content. Okay, get content from somewhere, don't create your own content. Number two, in terms of colors, okay, generate color schemes from somewhere, or if you're generating it from your own mind, or you want to generate your own color scheme, always stick to 2 colors or to 3, okay, not more than 3. Remember, these are identity colors, or the most important colors, or primary colors, I can say, okay, the key colors, the one that will make it to your theme, okay. Now we are getting into the imagery. As a newbie, this is something that it's easy for you to ignore. Be very specific, okay. um Choose your pictures very well, because these are the things that makes up a good design, okay. Newbies think that what makes a good design, it's a type of application, Photoshop, Illustrator, or CorelDRAW, or GIMP, or Adobe. What can I say? What's this other application from Adobe? I will think about it now. Okay, they think it's Figma and all other things, or Adobe InDesign. Okay, but that's not the case, guys. Okay, so a good design, it's a collection of certain decisions, okay, and assets that you choose intentionally, okay. So by me showing you this, it's my own way of showing you that best design comes from certain decision, okay, that you make. As a whole, they communicate a message, which I'm going to get into some other thing that you need to know a thing about, which is branding. Okay, branding, it's communicating a certain message. Okay, branding, it's saying something. Okay, I think it's Seth Godin who explained branding as people like us do things this way. Okay, I hope you do get that. Okay, whatever company that you are trying to design for, or whatever tech company that you are trying to design for, they've got a voice. They are trying to tell the market that people like us do things this way. Okay, so you must get into that wave. Okay, you must get into that wave, and that is the message that you need to amplify. Okay, you are here to amplify that message. Clients will tend to trust you for their designs. Okay, so I'm just trying to say branding is part of it. If you've got some videos that you've been watching about branding, that's the right thing to do. If you see a video about branding, don't skip it as a designer. Okay, maybe you might think that it's not necessary. It is necessary, okay, because in the application that we are designing now, you will notice that I am choosing specifically female pictures. Okay, what I'm trying to do with that is I am trying to some sort of create an app, okay, for a specific target audience. Okay, this is something that also you must do in your own design, or in your portfolio designs. Okay, for instance, let me just give you an example. Okay, you did an some sort of let's say, and you are designing an interface like for something like Uber Eats or Uber, let's say. Okay, but now in your own design, okay, the employer or the client, okay, they are supposed to be inspired by your design, but what they are missing from your design is, who is this design for? It's very important when you are doing your portfolio projects or whatever. Make sure you've got an audience in mind. Hence, I'm saying branding and marketing is important. Okay, later in your career, you are going to transition to maybe a different role, okay, like brand strategy. Okay, maybe you might not. In my case, I started as a designer from the internet cafe in printing, business card, black and white printing, and then I wanted to some sort of be professional in that and do something else. Okay, not necessarily something else, but a different position. Okay, so I got into large format print, big printing. I printed everything, printed banners, printed USBs, but that was not enough. Okay, time and again where I was working, we always receive some instructions from big companies that this is how you are supposed to design. Okay, so I was like, there are some people who are making decision about how the design looks like. So that's the career path, that is the growth within the design industry. So I was like, oh, there's something called a brand strategist. Okay, somebody who thinks about the messaging, who thinks about the colors, who thinks about the core essence of the business as it relates to the market. Okay, which is branding. It's what is happening on the consumer's mind. Okay, so that's a different mentality. It's not about colors. Okay, even though it expresses itself in colors, but branding, it's important. So I went as far as getting a job as a brand strategist in the FMCG industry, which is fast moving consumer goods. Okay, so where I had to design products that will stay on the shelves, I have to think about the shelf presence, the usability, how simple it is, and product information and all those things. So enough about that, but I was just giving you an idea that business knowledge is the key here. Okay, the difference between an ordinary designer and a great designer lies in the business knowledge. Okay, you will be communicating the business message. Don't forget that. So, what I'm trying to do here, I'm trying to take this fictitious fitness application for us. I am trying to pivot it to the female first. Okay, as if like we are targeting females for a reason. Okay, this is something that I will suggest you try. Okay, that will sharpen your skills on what can I say, on understanding the market. Okay, there's a difference between a designer who's obsessed with beautiful designs and the designer who is client centric or customer centric. Okay, the designer who is customer centric will win the heart of the employer and the heart of the client. Okay, because they can see that this design communicates a message. That's why now you see this fitness app design, it's more of like females. Okay, so it means that I am pretending as if the client gave me a brief and they told me that these are our colors. These the colors that we took from ChatGPT. This is our colors. This is our messaging. All the slogans that we got there and everything. And also we are targeting, like we are the female first fitness gym. Okay, so now I am trying to test for some ideas. Okay, well, that is the reason I am showing you this tutorial or this video like this. Okay, I'm just giving you the raw form of how do you gravitate towards a good design. Okay, the same principle that applies in filming, okay, or in script writing when they are saying writing is rewriting. Okay, I heard that somebody took almost like a lot of thousands and thousands of pictures before he got the right one. Or in order to be the best photographer, you must have like some sort of thousands and thousands of pictures that you are not happy with, okay, up until you come up with the best picture. Okay, that principle also applies here. Maybe maybe other YouTube designers, okay, they just get into the screen and they design. Okay, they already know the colors, they already know how is it going to match, they already know how things are going to be. That's too good to be true. That's my own opinion. Okay, because as a designer, this is not mathematics. Okay, designing is half art, okay, half intelligence. Okay, so meaning that it has got this artistic part of it that thrives from your emotions. Okay, so it's mostly guided by the feeling. Okay, that's why in design, when we look at the identity, sometimes we talk about the look and feel. Okay, I want to check the look and feel of the website. It means that I want to rely to that which is not tangible, okay, which is your emotion. Okay, sometimes we call that aesthetics. Okay, sometimes we call this your taste, okay, of what is good. Okay, so as you can see, what I had in mind when I was thinking about all this, okay, as soon as fitness came into my mind, I thought of riding through the wave. There is a certain trend in fitness of dark colors. Okay, I've been looking at that trend that whenever there is fitness, there is always dark themes. So I am riding on that wave here. So the only thing that I knew right on top of my mind is that it must have some sort of the dark theming. Okay, as you can see, we are designing a splash screen and we are coming all right a little bit. Okay, I'm trying to make use of my linear gradient there. Okay, I want it to be at the top to be visible, but at the same time I want it to be darker at the bottom so that I can type the text. Okay, so that's about it in terms of the branding, the marketing, the mind, what goes on into the designer. Okay, so now let's get into the messaging. Okay, let's get into the messaging. What makes the best design is the one that has got all these three things working together as one. Okay, the imagery, the messaging, okay, and the iconography, okay, which is these three things. Okay, if I may give you a deeper sense or deeper understanding of this. Okay, I've got a little background in script writing, so I'm going to make some examples, okay, about script writing. Okay, in script writing there is something that they talk about, which is the fourth wall. Okay, this is what they mean about that. Okay, when you are looking at when you're looking at the movie, okay, whenever an angle has been taken, okay, you will see that, let's say there is a scene of a room. Okay, meaning that a room has got four walls, right? Yes. However, when nevertheless, when the photographer wants to take a picture, he will have to stand against one of these walls. Okay, one of these walls, against them. So meaning that when I'm shooting, I am hiding the fourth wall. I hope you will get that, or I'm explaining it very well. Okay, if I'm inside a room, it means that I must stand against one of the walls and take a picture, so that as a viewer you can only see three walls. Okay, so think of that three-dimensional space in any film. Okay, you always got these three walls. Okay, the fourth wall, it's your window as a viewer or as somebody who's watching the movie. Okay, so when they talk about the fourth wall, it means that the storyteller must not push information about the movie directly to your face as the viewer. They must not break the fourth wall. How would that be? It's when I'm watching the movie and the character in the movie it's telling me that I am Matthew, I am the designer, and here in town I'm the best designer. My mother died 60 years ago, and I predict that in future I will win. Okay, so it's like the script writer has broken the fourth wall because now the character in the movie it's telling me, it's feeding me with the information directly. Okay, that fourth wall, this might always feel like as a viewer I am some sort of looking at a certain window, okay, and I'm observing characters as they play their own role, and I am making conclusions about their own decision. Okay, they are not telling me what they do, but I am making my own conclusion. Then that is the art of writing and storytelling. Back to the matter at hand. Okay, the same idea happens here when the image, when the iconography, when the look and feel, when the colors, they are all blended together, okay, to give you one unique message, so that when you look at the design, a certain feeling will be triggered into your mind. Okay, so guys, that's what we are trying to do here. Okay, we don't want to break the fourth wall. Okay, like, what can I say, having one aspect of the brand pops up such that it's in our face. Okay, we want to blend these things. Okay, meaning that every layer of coloring, okay, every angle, okay, every whatever, okay, it makes a difference. That's what make a good design. And most of the things that makes up a good design, those are the hidden small subtle changes that the designer makes. It's not the whole thing. Okay, as you can see, what I'm doing here, I'm just adding a little bit of blue in my gradient. Okay, you will see the final product. How awesome is it going to be? As you can see, guys, based on the color palette that ChatGPT gave me, assuming that ChatGPT is a client, number one, I have made use of that blue. Okay, but if that blue was on top of white, I don't think it was going to be as elegant as it is now. Okay, I don't think so. So your your knowledge about colors, okay, and the overall look and feel, it is important. Okay, let's talk about the image there. Okay, since we said, okay, this is going to be for the females and we are talking about fitness, okay, I have chose that image. Why I have chose that image? Because that image gives us the overall output. Okay, meaning that this is the overall, what can I say, body shape that the brand wants you to be. Okay, you know, a brand, it's a promise, right? Okay, when we're saying something or somebody is a brand, it means that they've got this constant communication or signals that they are broadcasting. Okay, so a brand communicates a certain promise, so that image forms part of the promise. Remember, we said there is a lot of layers that are involved here, so as a designer you need to be aware of those layers. When Steve Jobs was asked, what's the role that you are playing in your company, I think he made an analogy of a choir master. Okay, there is all these different voices, talented guys who are good at what they do, but somebody is needed, okay, to conduct the choir so that we can get what can I say, beautiful sound and melody. Okay, as a designer you are also assuming that role. Okay, you've got all these things that you are working with, the typography and all those things. Now you need to rearrange these things. You are going through a certain decision, okay, such that you want to make something meaningful, impactful, and it communicates the message. Okay, so it's not just about beauty. Okay, so the reason why I chose that lady or that image, it completes the goal, the message of the brand, to say that this is where we want you to be. Okay, it gives what can I say, the posture of the model, the fact that she's standing with one leg, it symbolizes balance, meaning that this person is like, what can I say, well balanced, fit enough. Okay, they can balance with one leg, and also she's right in the center, and it brings confidence. Okay, now let's get into, obviously, you can see our logo, we just took it from the internet. Now let's talk about the font, why that font has won. The reason why this font has won out of the fonts that I have been using, or trying to get, it's simply because when it comes to fitness, okay, fitness is not synonymous with big or with weight. Okay, so if I would have chosen a bold font, I think that will contradict what even the text is saying. Okay, then again, guys, I'm going to come back to script writing. Okay, so in script writing, there is something called a subtext. Okay, a subtext, it's the hidden meaning in the dialogue of the actor. Okay, for instance, let's say as an actor, I'm saying I don't like it. Okay, there's no really subtext there. Okay, it just means I don't like it. Okay, but when an actor is pretending, okay, not to like it, okay, meaning that in essence they are saying they are liking it, that's a subtext. Okay, it's like somebody looking for something. Okay, let's say a character is looking for something up and down the house, and then when they open a certain box they say wow, and then when somebody asks them, what did you find what you were looking for, and they say not really. So there you can start to catch the subtext. Okay, more especially when they are hiding it. Okay, they say not really, did you find what you're looking for? They pick up something and they say no, and they are hiding it. Okay, so you can start to see behind that there is some sort of a conflict between the behavior of an actor and what they say. So a subtext, it's something like that. Okay, I hope you do get it. Okay, it's when somebody means no but at the same time they are saying yes, or it's when two couples, they are discussing about let's say broken families, and in doing so they are insulting each other in a very polite way, but you can see that maybe the female will say, also men, they like to do 1 2 3 1 2 3, and maybe the male will say also female, they like to do. But when you get the subtext, you can see that the other one is telling the other that this is your problem. Now let's go back to the matter at hand. If I would have chosen a bold font, that will contradict the actual message or slogan. Okay, so those are the things as a designer you are looking at. Obviously, you are not just a designer, but you are communicating a certain message. Okay, so as you can see that now I'm done with the splash screen. I'm happy with the way it is. Let's go back to what I told you. Okay, um less is more. Okay, less is more. As you can see, this design, it's minimalistic. Okay, it's a picture of an image, there is some sort of a gradient, and apologies about that, there's some sort of gradient, we've got the logo, and we've got the slogan. Okay, get fit, stay healthy. Okay, so if that slogan would have been bold, the weight was going to contradict the actual message. So as you can see, guys, when you are designing, most especially when you are thinking about branding, you are balancing a lot of things. Okay, so now we are done with our splash screen. As you can see, guys, it's interesting, it's simple. As you can see, for now I've only used one color, okay, from what I have been supplied by the client. Okay, remember, I didn't change that color, but I have just looked for ways to make it pop. okay, meaning that I didn't use a white background, okay, because if I would have used a white background, maybe the feeling would have been different, okay. The other thing that I want us to talk about in terms of the dark theme or dark colors, okay, when you are going with the dark theme, okay, it also talks to premium, okay. Too much white is not premium, okay. Let me just give you an idea. It might not be relevant, or it might not be like precise, but it will give you an idea of what I'm saying. Let's say you've got a gold color, okay. A gold color doesn't pop on white, okay. And remember, any gold color, it means premium, okay. It represents value, it represents, now what can I say, wealth, okay. So that means a gold color is premium. But that gold color, in order for the gold color to pop up, it can pop up on black. So when you are going for something premium, a premium service or anything, you have to gravitate towards like dark colors, okay. So you need to have a skill of mixing colors, or be very skillful on making use of dark, okay. Know how to use it, okay, the mix and match, so that you can make use of dark, okay. So guys, if you are getting value from this video, if you are, what can I say, getting value, and you can see that this is what you want, and you've been looking for a video like this, please don't forget to subscribe. I'm Matthew Msingati, the designer and developer from South Africa. Matthew, the designer and developer, aka the hybrid. In South Africa, they are calling me the zebra, because I have earned my stripes. Enough about me, okay. Let's talk about the other channel of mine. I've got the other channel, which is called Coded Design, where this screen will be coded. I am not only a designer, but I am a developer, meaning that I can take these screens and create the actual fully functional application, okay, fully functional app, okay. So just to give you a brief about me, I have got an app on Android, okay, that I did, and it's on an Android for a client. So whatever that I'm teaching you here, you might as well check my other channel. It's Coded Design. The branding of that channel is exactly the similar to the same branding of this channel. That's where I do React mobile app development, okay. So let's see where you are. I kind of like where we are now. I'm happy with the splash screen, and now we are some sort of creating a sign up / login screen, okay. What I'm trying to do here, okay, I'm trying to move the identity to a certain place. Remember, the identity needs to, what can I say, you as a designer, you are reinforcing the identity, okay. Maybe let me also talk about what can I say, the value of a brand, okay. Let's talk about the value of a company in general, okay. What makes Apple Apple? It's not the actual iPhone or the Mac or the whatever, but it's the brand equity, okay. It's what comes on your mind when Apple is being mentioned, okay. So how does this brand gets value over time? Number one, it is being pushed alongside with certain messaging, okay, messages, which is marketing, crafting a message that means something, okay. So it has been pushed to you with some certain messages, okay, such that the actual physical, the actual logo, okay, now came to mean something, okay, meaning that now it sends a deeper message, it communicates a deeper signal than the actual logo, okay. So that's why here I've got the logo on my splash screen, and also on this sign up page I still have the logo there at the top, okay. Remember, this logo, this brand or this icon needs to be not necessarily reinforced, because I don't like the idea of forcing, but let's say it needs to be presented, okay. It needs to be presented, it needs to be exposed, okay. to the human eye, the human brain, so that whatever message it comes with, okay, whatever message it comes with, okay, so that people can associate that message with the logo. That's how the brand become dominant, or it gains value. And in summary, or in simple terms, that is brand equity. Okay, so as a designer, you don't need to take away from the brand. The client must not come to you and be like, where's our logo? Okay, it doesn't mean you have to push it in all the screens, but if you can find a way so that whatever message you have presented, whatever message that you've presented, always it's being associated with the logo. Okay, so let's talk about the screen where we are now. Let's talk about the messaging. As you can see, guys, okay, ChatGPT has crafted a better message, okay, for us, or that I would have tried to craft if I was taking this from my own head. Okay, as you can see, the message says, which is a welcoming message, welcome to Fit Life. Okay, also be very strict when you are choosing your fonts. Okay, choose fonts that are premium. Okay, choose fonts that are premium. Designing, it's a science, and it's also an art. Okay, as much as we corporate, okay, meaning that we don't just take a canvas and paint whatever that you want to paint randomly. That's an art. Yes, there might be a meaning, but the actual painting, it comes from you. You are inspired, like you've decided to draw a Mona Lisa, and you cannot come up with too much reasons why you did that, and valid reasons, and how it relates to money and selling things. That's art. Design has that element. Okay, it has that element. So maybe the idea of choosing fonts, as time goes by, it just comes natural. Okay, it's more like it becomes a second nature. So you need to do a lot of design such that that becomes a second nature, so that you can know which font goes hand in hand with which font style, or font family, or typeface goes in hand with what feeling and what message. Okay, so what we are going to do now, we are going to create buttons, but we are not just going to create the buttons randomly. We are going to use something called an auto layout. Okay, an auto layout, it's like taking a text and applying an auto layout in it, meaning that a certain visual frame will be created around that text, and that frame, you can give it a color, you can what can I say, create a border radius. You can do a lot of things with that frame, and that frame will help you with aligning your words in center and everything. It's some sort of an efficient way and a proper way of creating a lot of things in Figma. Okay, so please make sure that you understand the auto layout. You will see in this video that it's going to make the life easier. As you can see, once you move the button, the text will always be in a center, because it's in an auto layout. It will allow you to put padding, it will allow you to put margins. Okay, so it's like the auto layout is imitating or mimicking the actual layout on the web and on the mobile when it comes to styling. If you know a little bit about programming, about the web design, you know there's a language called CSS, which is Cascading Style Sheet, which is, it's a language for styling. Okay, so it has got a display grid and a display flex. Okay, which those are layout what can I say, mechanism. Okay, so this layout mechanism for Figma, okay, it mimics those. So if you understand layout in Figma, you won't have a problem with understanding it in what can I say, in development. Okay, then again, if you might want to see this when it's being developed with React Native becoming an actual Mobile App, please check my other channel. This one it's coded UI, okay, with UWI. The other one is coded design, okay. The branding, it's exactly the same, okay. Let's get to the matter at hand. Let's talk about the model, okay, the second picture, why I have chosen that picture. As you can see, guys, the smiling of the model, it's part of it, okay, it's part of it. Welcome to Fit Life, okay. The smiling, it's part of it, okay. The confidence of the model, and also if you can look at the images, okay, there is some sort of a certain flow, okay. Obviously this is an invisible flow, but this is what I mean by that, okay. All the models that I have chosen so far, they are in action, okay. It's like there is movement. Well, it's not an obvious movement, just like maybe somebody fighting, okay? But this movement symbolizes a flexibility, okay? They are making use of their own arms, okay? And they are confident, they are bright, they are fresh, okay? So, that's the beauty of choosing your images very well, okay. So as you can see, guys, I have tried adding that orangish color. I've tried, but for some reason it didn't work for me, okay. When I'm looking at it, I was like, I'm not convinced, okay. Now, this is where we are. As you can see, guys, this is the welcome page. It's either you are going to log in or sign up, okay. So as you can see here, I'm playing around with colors, okay. This is too much blue, okay, hence I'm considering making it white, okay, because between login and sign up there must be a contrast, okay. So I'm trying to achieve that contrast here, okay. On the left hand side, that text must be a little bit darker, but on the right hand side it must be white on sign up, okay, just to create a contrast so that this can be, what can I say, you can see that these two buttons are creating different things, okay. One is the opposite of the other, meaning that it's either you log in or you sign up, okay. It's not like they are some sort of similar actions, okay. So guys, this is where we are. As you can see now, I am just doing some final touches, okay, making everything auto layout. I hope you are learning something. If you do, please do me a favor and hit that subscribe button, and also go and subscribe to the other channel of mine, which is coded design, okay. The logo is the same as this one. You will never miss it because I am going to create a screen for this, okay. I'm trying to help designers to cross the bridge, okay. I'm a helping hand to help them cross the bridge to transition to development, and also I'm trying to help developers to cross the bridge, okay, to get into design, okay, to understand a thing or two about design. If you are already a designer, you stand a good chance of becoming a best front-end engineer, okay. Believe me, more especially with Figma, okay, because Figma, it's very close to the modern design, okay, in terms of coding, okay. Figma has got components. React do have components. I would like to believe even Vue has component. Guys, we have reached the end. I hope you have learned something in this video. I hope this is something. I hope you have seen how I like transition from like simple ideas, helping you, or some sort of showing you what are the things that we do as designers behind the scene. If other people are making it to look like it's seamless, or what can I say, it's, they are amazing. They just come up with a good decision from day one or from the get-go. I am Matthew Msengati, the designer and developer, aka the hybrid. I have just shown you that that is not the case. Look at this, guys, how beautiful it is. If indeed it's beautiful, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, and also share this to someone that you know they will want to learn. a thing or two about design and development. I am Matthew Msingati, the hybrid. I am proud of what I came up with today. This is something. If this was a company, existing company or real life company, I think they would like the idea. Even if there's somebody who has a fitness company and they see this video, I would like to think they might consider um, helping me or consider calling me to help them to work on their branding and design. Matt Kim Singati, the designer and developer. See you on the next one.